Hey, hi Mitch. Good morning from Chiang Mai. I am here, really I am. I'll show you the menu. I'm not lying. This is Ta Peng Kat. I'm just having a juice and a cinnamon roll. Hey. So I'm looking for suggestions. It's my first time in Chiang Mai, and I know a lot of people have been here. I just posted something on Facebook, and everybody says, "Oh, I was there, I was there." So I know lots of people go to Chiang Mai. It's actually my first time here. I've been all over Southeast Asia, but I just haven't made it here yet. But I'm here. I just took a walk this morning out to see some of the Wats, the temples, and I'm just walking around. I know there's tons of bloggers and periscopers in Chiang Mai as well. So if you're hanging around, let me know. What should I do while I'm here? I'm going to be here for a few days, 5 days maybe. Oh, okay, cool. I think I've heard of them. Yes, I'll check them out. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just hanging out here for a few days. Maybe head up to the north, and then I got to leave from Bangkok. Thanks. Cheers. So how are you guys today? I'm usually in Taiwan, and I travel all over South Asia, Southeast Asia. I was in India for a month in November, December, and before that I was in Nepal for 34 days. Thanks for inviting your followers, by the way. Any suggestions on Chiang Mai, let me know. What do you like to do? I don't typically go to a lot of the tourist type things. Okay, great. Awesome, thanks. I don't tend to do like the Tiger Kingdoms and stuff like that. So anything that's real, authentic, let me know. All the 2 people that are watching right now. Thanks. I'm having juice. There's, Chiang Mai is super developed. So, I mean, there's like lots of really super easy peasy things to do around here if you're a Westerner. Smoky day. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's really smoky. I'm not, if they get into the slash and burn season up here yet. I mean, I was in Laos at this time last year, and it was really smoky. And the weather forecast simply said smoke, not haze or cloud. It was just smoke. So, but exactly, it is burning season. But I haven't seen. It doesn't seem to be too smoky here. It was a lot smokier, like I said, when I was in Laos at the same time a couple of years ago. Yeah. Anybody out there that's been to Chiang Mai? I think I've got not a big audience here this morning to chat with, but maybe if you watch the replay, tweet something to me. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm just working off Wi-Fi right now. I still haven't located a SIM card. I need to get a SIM card. Hey, Russ, so I can actually scope instead of my face, which is all I'm able to do right now. But I'll flip this little cafe here. And it's off of a main road in Chiang Mai in the old town. I'm in the old town right now, which is where I'm staying. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Yes, True Move. I've heard of that. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm looking for. So, because I'll be in Thailand for a couple of weeks. This is actually a short trip for me. I'm usually in places for multiple weeks at a time, but just here for a couple of weeks. I won't be around for Songkran, for the big water throwing festival, New Year. It's really crazy. Lots of people have fun coming to Southeast Asia at that time of year. It's celebrated in some form all over Southeast Asia. They all have their own names for it. Laos, it's called Pi Mai. Something else in Myanmar, and it's Songkran here in Thailand, and it's a Buddhist festival, New Year. Yeah, no kidding. I know. I'm sure it's very frustrating for people in China to get a VPN that works. I do know people that use them, but they're not reliable. And China's always trying to break the wall. I mean, they're always putting up a wall, and you're allowed to have a VPN in China. It's not illegal to have a VPN, but they constantly have people working on blocking them, closing them down. No, I don't. Somebody mentioned that these guys scope every day, so I should probably chat with them. So try to get a hold of these guys. Anybody else you know, or anything you know about Chiang Mai, by all means. I'm just sitting here in a little cafe right now. That's very cool. Thank you. I'm sure they are. Just sitting here in a little cafe, having some juice, a cinnamon roll. It's kind of my mid-morning snack. I had an early breakfast. I know this is super boring stuff. It's travel stuff, but I relate a travel story to you that I travel a lot. Last year I was on the road for 21 weeks. I'll probably do a little bit of hiking in the north as long as I can get up there, Russ. I know. There's so many people here in Chiang Mai, like lots of, I think it's because it's a pretty cool place to be. So a lot of Westerners come here, bloggers, people like that. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But what I was going to say about the traveling is that it can be like a job. Like it can get tiring when you're going through airports and immigration and visas and all this stuff. But once you're in a place, like I was kind of like, I was looking forward to coming to Thailand, but it's just the whole motions of packing and all that stuff. It's a little tedious if you're doing it all the time. And but I got through it last night. Got in here and I just felt great about this. I love being in new places and exploring and discovering. And I know I'll know this town before I leave, but it's always fun to come to a place and kind of look at it at first, going, okay, this is my first image of it. Yeah, it could be high probability. Yeah, absolutely. But it can get, like, just relating a personal story, it can get a little tedious. Like I said, if you're doing this all the time, but I can tell you that once I'm in a place, I love it, and I wish I was going to be here longer, but I'm only here for a few days. I try to, yeah. I mean, most of the time I'll do a little bit of research. Sometimes I don't, and first world problems, no kidding. I'd done a little bit of research on Thailand before I came here to Chiang Mai, but not a ton. I'll be back in Taiwan after Thailand, so that's where my base is right now. I like to do research, and then sometimes I just like to kind of throw myself in and then just rely on local people for suggestions. And I've gotten really good advice and gotten to see things that I wouldn't have seen if I just had the books to rely on. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Yeah, there's Taiwan's not a very big island. It's like 90, 100 miles across and like 300 miles up and down, but it's just packed with stuff. So I'll be doing lots more from Taiwan. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm a journalist. Yes, I produce. I'm a broadcast journalist and photojournalist, and I produce a couple of podcasts that are seen on iTunes. One is a video podcast that's been going almost 2 years now. It started as an audio, then it went to all video, and now I'm doing an audio podcast only. So I do two podcasts, and on the audio podcast, there's more interviews. And I just interviewed a friend of mine who's a writer who's been living in Nepal for the last 8 months, and that's the latest podcast I just put up the other day. And it's called FarEastAdvTravl, and it's on iTunes, or you can go to my website, FarEastAdvTravl.com. And so I'm here to do a lot, put together content for my podcast and photograph. You already learned there's more in one city of Thailand. Well, keep following me. You'll learn more, Russ. Thanks. It's always fun coming to a new place. It's smoking hot here right now. I got to tell you, it's back in Southeast Asia. So it was raining a lot in Taiwan for the last couple of weeks. I was there, and typically northern Taiwan gets a lot of rain, especially at this time of year. But it's just been absolutely crazy, and lots of cold snaps as well that normally we don't get it. I mean, almost by now air conditioning should be starting again, but it's been cold again and wet in northern Taiwan, so it's nice to get over here for a bit. I work for myself. Yes, I'm a self-published broadcast journalist, but I do call-ins on radio stations, and other media contact me as well, and I sell digital content. I do a lot of different things. So. Okay. Gotcha. Great advice. Chiang Mai. What should I do in Chiang Mai? Anybody been to Chiang Mai? Somebody was asking about the Tiger Kingdom. I don't think I'll be going there. Gotcha, my friend. Thank you. There's a movie, I can't remember the name, I was just reading about it. It's a very popular Thai movie that they did in Mandarin. It is a fun life. Life should be fun. They did in Mandarin and came out in 2011, and it's basically the theme is about, you know, you don't need a lot of money to have a good life or have fun. And I'm not talking about myself, by the way, but it was such a big hit in China that all of these Chinese tourists are coming now to Chiang Mai. So and the flights are cheap and frequent. And typically, you know, if a town really wants to boost their tourism, if they can get a budget airline or a few budget airlines to come into their town, then they're going to have no problem. And so Chiang Mai's just got all kinds of flights coming in and out of here from China and, well, all over Southeast Asia. So, I mean, people, you know, if they can get here and they can get here reasonably cheap, then they're gonna have lots of tourists. I mean, that's why Thailand gets lots of tourists. Bangkok is a huge airport hub, and Chiang Mai now too. Oh yeah, I always check I love the street food. I always check the street food out. I'll tell you, I love the street food in Mumbai. I spent a couple of weeks in Mumbai in November and December, and it's one of my favorite places for street food. So I'll definitely check out the street food here. I've heard great things about the markets here, so I'm here to see the temples, the markets, and maybe get up into the north, do a little bit of trekking or hiking for a couple of days. And then I'll be in Bangkok for the last few days before I leave Thailand. What have you been to Thailand before? What have you done in Thailand? Tell me. And if you're watching this on the replay, message me or tweet me something. It would be cool. And if you're in Chiang Mai and you're like a blogger or a scoper or whatever, yeah, message me. I'd love to have a chat with you, a quick chat or a coffee or something like that. It'd be fun. I'm here to collect content for my podcast mainly. I'm not you know, I do scope a lot, but not as much as some people do. Is the food there really like the one they make here? I don't know where you mean. I've only had one meal here so far, so like I'm in a late dinner last night, so I haven't really had a chance to really sample a lot of the food. It's good. What I had so far is good. I've eaten lots of Thai food from all over the world, but never actually in Thailand. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. You know, I've tasted really good Thai food everywhere. But I mean, this is the first time I've been in Thailand. I've tasted some amazing Thai food in Taiwan. Some friends invited me. They have a restaurant in their home, and the man is Taiwanese and the woman is Thai. She's from Thailand, and they make absolutely amazing Thai food. They're in Tainan. Samali is the restaurant. Yes, I've been to Japan. I love Japan. Totally love Japan, and recommend it to anybody who wants to see East Asia. It's awesome place. But I'm sure. I mean, this is the place where you want to try. You know, you really want to get your fill of Thai food for sure. So yeah, if you've been to Chiang Mai, just message me or tweet me or something. I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to get back this year sometime. I've had a couple of invites. I'd like to go. Well, you got to see Kyoto for sure if you're going to Japan, and I mean Tokyo. I get mixed things about Tokyo. I've talked to people that don't like it. They say it's too big and crazy and stuff. I love Tokyo. Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, that's interesting. I just was under the impression that there was lots of scopers here because there's lots of travel bloggers here, lots of startup type people and other people I've met that base themselves out of Chiang Mai because I think the cost of living here is pretty cheap, and I think it's relatively easy to get visas and stuff like that to live or work here. So you know, usually that's kind of a ticket, or it's easy to renew them or do visa runs and stuff like that. So usually that's if that's a sign that there's going to be a lot of expats or Westerners around. But it's fairly developed here, so I think it's pretty easy for Westerners to feel comfortable here. The one thing I have to tell you though is when you come to a place like this, is it's really easy to gravitate towards the nice looking cafes and restaurants and stuff that are very Western looking, like slick, what I mean, but you're going to pay for that. And I'm in a little place right now with a beautiful little courtyard, and it's just very humble and simple, but it's great, and the food's probably half the price of some of these other places. But anyways, back to the scoping. I don't scope like 5 times a day like some of these guys do. I just don't have the time. And I think it's great. They're super passionate about what they do. I find there's some days where I just don't have anything to scope about, and I don't like to scope unless I have something that's of kind of value. And I'm only doing this right now. I don't know if this scope really has a whole lot of value, but I'm doing this right now because I'm just looking for ideas for Chiang Mai, and if I can connect with somebody here, it'd be great. Okay, thank you for watching. Thanks so much. Oh, okay, well that's good to know. You seem to know a lot about Chiang Mai. That's good. Terracotta Arts Cafe. I'll check that out. There's lots of cafes here. They love coffee here, by the way, and they grow it in northern Thailand. I will definitely do that. I got to get my SIM card. So I think I'm going to sign off. I really appreciate you guys watching, and by all means, if you're watching the replay, tweet me or message me or something. It'd be great to check things out with you in Chiang Mai here. So for now, thanks, Chang about FarEastAdvTravl. See you later.